An Iranian woman who fled the murderous regime and now resides in the US has unleashed on armchair Democrats who are blasting US President Donald Trump for his war on Iran.
Believe that if a woman is killed and she's a virgin, she goes to heaven. So what they do is they will gang rape her before they execute her. And it's just mind-boggling to me, this Elizabeth Banks sitting comfy in a little cushy couch on a podcast with her hair slicked back, talking about how could anyone vote for Donald Trump. Well, you know, Kamala Harris posted on X yesterday that this is a war of choice, and Donald Trump is the only one helping these people in Iran. So Elizabeth Banks, this woman, Bita, is about to be gang raped and publicly executed, and so are 3 more women. And they have been doing this to many young people. Every single day, 1 or 2 public executions. So you're sitting there on your cushy couch talking about Kamala Harris. You claim to be a feminist. You claim to be a humanitarian. Where are you when the women need you? You are a fake. You are a hypocrite. You are of no help to anyone. So if you claim to be a feminist, you claim to be a humanitarian, you claim to be a good person, America, Iran isn't just a military war or peace in the Middle East or oil stabilization. This is a humanitarian issue. They are killing young people every single day. And the only one that has helped is President Trump.
The criticism comes as Iran is set to execute its first female protester for speaking out against the barbaric regime. Bita Hemati is one of 1,600 people who have been sentenced to death by the Iranian regime over the past year.
Women protester could face execution in Iran after being sentenced to death for involvement in an anti-regime uprising earlier this year, back in January. The human rights activist news agency reports Bita Hamati is accused by the regime of disrupting national security, and that her husband is also among the more than 1,600 Iranians facing death sentences right now.
Representative Wesley Hunt blasted the regime, saying a woman is about to be executed for one crime, speaking out. That's the reality of the Iranian regime. This is not a government that values freedom. This is not a regime moved by polite diplomacy. It silences dissent, it punishes courage, it fears its own people. And history has shown they don't respond to words, they respond to strength. Meanwhile, the leftist protesters in the West are calling for an end to the Iran war.
Until we have done everything in our power to bring the United States to its knees, let us not lose sight of the enemy. For every U.S. military base that crumbles, and for every U.S. soldier who returns home in a casket, we cheer! Hamas, Hezbollah, Ansarallah, all of the resistance forces we celebrate. These popular voices on the ground spend every waking moment in direct confrontation with Zionism, and they rely on a strong Iranian state to maintain their fighting capacity.
Do you hate America? May a Hamas rocket blow up your family's home.
And the mainstream media are attempting to destroy Trump over this war too.
Anybody with an elementary school understanding of foreign policy could have told you the Strait of Hormuz was going to get shut down, and that is exactly
And who controls
what
it right now? Who controls the
Why are
right
gas prices so high then?
Why were they high during Biden's administration? Did you like that?
It wasn't because of a wasn't because of a geopolitical
Here's the deal.
fumble.
Who controls the Strait? You're using last week's talking points, David. We control the Strait. We are in charge of this conflict right now.
But those who were actually affected, Iranians, are getting behind Trump's commitment to destroying the regime, like these Iranians thanking President Trump in D.C.
Thank you, thank you.